Welcome back to the curvaceous bounty of Sin City on Vegas, allnetradio.com, the final frontier of free speech. And, yeah. So we lost a ton of listeners at 9 o'clock, and we were like, what the hell happened at 9 o'clock? Walking Dead premiered.
Yep.
So,
so we'll forgive you this week, but from now on, DVR that shit, okay?
Right. Exactly. Then you don't have to watch the ads. You can just fast forward right through them.
Oh, I don't watch anything live.
I don't either. I do occasionally, like when I need something in the background, and I'm so used to when the ads come on just fast forwarding them that I'll hit the fast forward button on my remote, and I'm like, why isn't this working? Oh, it's because it's live
if
TV.
I'm doing like housework or something and I need noise in the backyard, it's either the news or the Food Network.
Right.
Yeah, it's just my noise. But if I have
the
to
Science
concentrate
Channel
on
or
something,
the History Channel, like that's
you know what? And when I did have regular TV, or when I'm at my mom's, I can't put the Cooking Channel or the History Channel on because it will suck me in.
So you stop and
so I have to either just put on music or put on. You know what I like to put on is movies or TV shows that I love.
Well, see,
so like Blade Runner, I can have that running in the background all the time.
That would suck me in. I'd sit and watch. But I'll tell you what's really good is I'll put on the music shows, The Voice. I
can do stuff during those.
X Factor, American Idol, because you can work while you're hearing them sing or watch, glance at the person.
Oh, I love those. Oh, podcasts or
podcasts,
like that, right.
Yeah. I have a glorious set of apps on my phone. There's a company that puts out free books and free audiobooks, and what they do is they take the books that copyright is expired on because it's been 50, 60 years, whatever the fucking expiration year is, and you can read them, and they also have an audiobook version, so you can listen to them audiobook wise. And there's an update every January, so it's all the books that got released this year.
Right.
They'll be available in January.
You can also volunteer to do some of the reading for them.
Really?
Yes, you can.
That's cool.
So if there are books that you want to see audio, you can just they'll send you the parameters of how to submit it, and you can send it in, and they'll put it out there for you.
There somebody that
I do have access to a recording studio. Actually, I've thought about getting into voice acting for books on tape because it's not particularly hard. I have a very good.
Yeah, I do.
I've been told I have a great radio voice. So
one of my very favorite voice actors is Tim Curry.
He's excellent.
He does a lot of.
You know who else is a good voice
actor?
Sweet
transvestite.
Leonard Nimoy.
Oh yeah, he's done a lot.
I download the NPR podcast, the books, when they do short story readings, and he's read a couple of times, and I'm like, he just puts a lot of just depth into when he reads.
Yeah,
it's really.
There's
good
another
stuff.
actor. I don't even know his name, but he was on Northern Exposure. He played the radio DJ, and I hear his voice a lot on a lot of that stuff too. Did you see? I don't know if you've seen, but maybe think of you. But CNN has been running a little short story about the lady who is Siri's voice.
Yes.
Have you seen that? Yeah, she didn't know she was going to be Siri's voice. They record her. She did the voice of some voice in Nemo. I mean, she's done a lot of voice things, and she taped all the stuff. And a couple years later, she realizes she's Siri.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I want to know who the guy is that does Siri Boy's voice. Have you switched over to the male voice yet?
Maybe it's her, but they've just deepened it up.
No, it's a boy's voice. Straight up.
I think it's British, isn't it?
I don't know.
All right, come on, Sierra. Other than going to the Ren Fair today and Cali Guy being back in town and you having sex like frickin' jackrabbits, what else you been up to?
Like Adventure Bunny.
That is, Adventure Bunny. That's it. That's sex. We had sex between the Ren Fair and here. I was sitting on the couch. I had to massage my feet because I've been on my feet all day, and I love when he massages.
And of course, she has no panties on under the skirt.
I do not have
so.
No. And so I just lifted my skirt up
on that chair.
Yeah, well, So I just lifted my skirt up, and he started playing with my pussy, and then I was like, "Well, it's time for you to pull your penis out." And he goes, "Well, let's go upstairs." So I went upstairs, pulled out the magic sheet that we had just washed from the night before. That poor sheet. We're gonna break it down.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we already have.
It's too thick.
I've already leaked through it. Today.
There's no fucking way you can leak through that big heavy piece of fucking plastic. I need to come watch you have sex so I can see how the fuck you're leaking through that big plastic.
Well, what we think happened this time is because of the way we were positioned, my knees created reservoirs. And there was like puddles. I had to be careful getting off.
Is it fucking Niagara Falls down there?
It is more than a cup of fluid. It is more than a cup of fluid.
My God, that's just disgusting.
Not when it's happening, I'm going to tell you right now, especially when just intense. Anyway.
Oh, well, good for you, okay?
Thank you.
I need to have sex really bad.
So
I really need to have sex.
We were talking about that. I was like,
you're talking about me having sex?
No, about us having sex and how good it is, and it's good every time. We never just have sex. We have like, oh my God, sex every single time, and it seems to just get a little bit better every time. And he's like, well, maybe it's because I am. You cannot tell me that if you weren't in my situation, you wouldn't brag too.
It's not that...
Well, I'm not in your situation, so fuck you, bitch.
You know what? And I know what it is. It's not that the physical sex gets better every time. It becomes more love enhanced.
The emotion behind it, yeah.
Sometimes it's not such loving sex. Sometimes it is, I'm going to fuck fucking pussy. You're going to take it like a fucking woman. Thank you. Come again. But he thinks it's because he said, who knew that I would find a girl with a little hair in her cleavage so hot? I have hairy.
Little hair in her cleavage.
You do have a little hair in my cleavage. And
you do.
Adventure Buddy should be part of my next act. That was a serious adventure for
I was wondering if it was the same rabbit.
No, Jacob still has that rabbit.
That rabbit is under lock and key. That rabbit isn't going anywhere. But he thinks it's because we're not together all the time, because we do have a long distance relationship. We spend months apart from each other. That when we do get together, we don't have time to get bored with the sex with each other. I said, babe, I really don't think that even if we lived together that the sex would get boring between the two of us.
Because neither of you are going to let it get boring, first of all.
No, we wouldn't. We do all kinds of, we do this stuff. We are so comfortable with each other. We have both been in this situation before. We've been in relationships with people who were not quite as adventurous as we are. So you kind of hint around maybe wanting to do something and they shut it down immediately. And so that kind of, lessens it or whatever. But no, we've done all kinds of things. I've had sex in my tutu that we made because I wanted to do that, and so we did it. I had sex.
Did you spooge on your tutu?
I was going to say.
Did you spooge on your tutu?
Did you?
Maybe.
Oh.
Sometimes it's hard not to get it all over the place.
Right? We need to make you a new tutu, huh?
No, my tutu's fine. I aired it out.
It's washable.
I aired it out and sprayed it down with some Febreze. It's fine.
But the part that's standing stiff, don't touch.
But it's just I don't know.
Now, have you wore some wigs so that you can play like you're somebody else?
No, we haven't done that yet. We haven't gotten into
I had a bag of wigs in the closets. Every once in a while, I'd throw a wig on.
No, we haven't gone into the full role-playing thing. But, we do a little of the ass spanking and a little bit of you like to ride that cock and, stuff like that. And
wait a minute. She said we do a little ass spanking.
Yeah.
I seen you get a big ass spanking.
Well, it's not like we do that all the time.
I know.
We did it all the time. It wouldn't be nearly as fun. The last time we did it, everyone thought I was crying while he was doing it, but I was actually laughing. And so everyone was like very uncomfortable. He comes up and he leans over and he goes, "Are you giggling?" I said, "Yes." And that was when he really started laying into me.
I just get amazed that your butt don't get red. That just amazes me.
It's hot though.
I know.
Really hot.
Well, even after that, she gets, a robot or whatever. I can't remember, but we go up to the couples room. I was with somebody. You're with somebody, and as even that time to get up there, I touch her ass and it's like on fire. I'm like, does this thing ever fuck? And it's not even red. It doesn't even look like she's been spanked.
Yeah. A leather butt.
How long does that heat last? Because that was kind of hot. Sexy hot.
It depends on I have been in sessions where it has stayed hot for a really long time because it's a long, prolonged, methodical. For me, sometimes I need that to kind of put me into sort of a meditative state. And it's not necessarily about the pain. It's about the repetition.
I understand
the repetitive physical feeling. It's the same over and over and over and over again. When we're just doing a placing like that where it's basically an exhibit for other people to watch, it's shorter, it's more intense, and that heat can last 15, maybe 20 minutes. Wow. But I've had it last a good hour before.
Wow.
But I very rarely bruise on my butt, and
it wasn't even pink. And
it's really, really hard to raise a welt on my ass too. So leather bottom.
Leather bottom, you are.
Sought for, requested often. But yeah, sex has been great. I don't know what else to talk about. I don't really. I mean, I work. I have sex when my man is here. I don't when he's not. That's kind of what I do.
All right. What about you?
Yeah.
I need to have sex. I haven't had sex in a few weeks.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's an issue. I just haven't had time.
Yeah. What about masturbating? Are you just bored with it?
I have to take care with that.
Yeah.
That's my outlet, you know. I did work last night, had a job.
Nice.
My booking agent calls me and he says it's a private party and it's 80 to 100 people in this 8,000 square foot rental home that they use just for parties. Okay. So he gives me the address and I you know, Google map it and I'm driving and I'm going through this like mobile home park that really don't look so nice and like there's these like definitely well you know what I mean, homes that are falling apart and I'm like this ain't no 8,000. And then all of a sudden I'm up on the top of this hill with this big fucking house
at the end of Decatur.
No, it was out end of Stewart Street. Stewart turns into Probst. It's like Sunrise Mountain.
I know where you are.
That way the fuck I was. There. Yeah. So it was my first gay client.
Wow.
I never did a lap dance for a gay man. It was his birthday, turning 40, and his partner threw in the party. So about 85% of the audience was gay men. But I succeed. I had these gay men all taking shots out of my tits. And,
nice.
It was fun. Like
I was getting updates. Twinkie in my butt crack.
That was on the way home. I went, Twinkie in my butt crack, vodka on my tits. I sent Sierra a message. So, great party, fun, really fun, you know. Yeah, if I could just do parties like that all day, it would, you know. It'd be
Do you have
easy.
business cards that you take with you?
I don't, because I always refer them to my booking agent where
see.
they got me from. I'm really bad at asking for money for myself. Mm-hmm. I always undercut myself. So I always just.
But you know what? Why don't you see about getting business cards with your booking agent's number on it?
I could
because she has like 3 different booking agents.
Yeah, I do. I work for 3 or 4 different.
So companies. You give them the one whoever sent you there.
Yeah.
Right.
So you have 3 I just tell them, you know, if any, because like last night the party planner said, oh, there's a couple of people asking for how to book you, and she had gotten it through my one booking agent through Sin City Strippers, and I said just call Sin City because they get me a lot of money, and I don't mind giving him the cut, and
because you are a hit at every party that you go to, you are such a hit,
and that's what they say about me, but you know what it is? There's no hold bards. I'm not afraid to get naked in front of anybody, which, like, I can't tell you how many of the women at that party last night were like, you go, girl. You are awesome. But because their skinny asses would never get up and be naked, you know, in that group.
Fuck it. Half of them probably wouldn't even get in a bikini, much less
so,
you
know, so I just go out to have fun, and I ended up putting my tutu on the birthday boy, and he's running around in the tutu. And I'm always looking for new things, like, you know, now I give him a massage with my titties because it's quite lovely, actually, quite lovely. And I mean, I've never worked a party where I think they've been disappointed.
Right.
You know, I usually am. They're calling my booking guy, and my booking guy goes, knows if he books me and I say I'm going to be there, I'm always there. I'm always there early, and I don't think he can say that for a lot of his other flaky acts, you know. So so if anybody wants to book me, go through August Entertainment or Sin City Strippers. Those are the 2 best to go through. So
we should get Maria the Snake Babe and Steve August back on the show.
Oh, they're great. They would come on.
That was so much fun.
They are great people, and they came and did a Zoo to You at my house for all the kids. And they're good people. Their wedding anniversary, I always try to get them for my grandson's birthday on Halloween, but their wedding anniversary is Halloween. Go figure that those 2 got married on Halloween, you know.
Well, she is the Snake Babe.
She is the Snake Babe. So
Cali guy says Twinkie in my butt crack, vodka on my tits sounds like a country song.
Hey, I could definitely.
But he's not on right now. But we should send him an email and ask him.
Vendetta. Yeah, write us a song. Twinkie in my ass crack and vodka on my tits. I got vodka in my eyelashes.
Actually, we should have you write the lyrics.
Yeah, I could do that.
That would be
actually.
I've
funny. Never written a song before.
Oh, you could do it.
I do poetry and I do prose and I write short stories and I've even written half a novel before. That's my ex-husband stole because he's a dick, and but I've never written a song before. I know that there's a formula for writing songs.
Yeah, there's usually 4 lines and 4 lines which tell the story. So 8 lines total.
But let me ask this.
And then the chorus.
We need to ask Vendetta. Is it easier to write the words and put the music behind it, or is it easier to write the music and put the words on it?
It goes either way.
Yeah, every musician I've ever talked to about it, because I surprisingly know a lot of musicians, and when you're a poet, especially a performance poet, you end up knowing a lot of music people because a lot of musicians are poets. That's how they started out. They started writing poetry, then they got into music, and I've heard it all kinds of different ways, and I've heard it different ways from the same person. Sometimes the lyrics come to me and I need to find the beat that goes behind it. Sometimes I hear the beat and the words come to me for that beat.
Right.
And
I've written a few songs and it goes both ways for me, one way or the other. So
right.
My big problem about writing music though is I want to write music to background that I already know, and that's the hardest part I think for me is
getting out of
taking the rhythm and flow of a song and putting different words into it. I'm pretty good at that. I've done that a lot. If you
had a different melody already, like Vendetta sent you a melody, then you could set the words to that melody.
Yeah, maybe that might be easier for me.
All right, so that's the name of the new song, Twinkie in my ass crack, my butt crack, and
no. The name of the song is Fat Stripper.
Yeah.
I would love
the name of the song is Fat Stripper.
And that can be the second line, Twinkie in my butt crack, vodka on my tits.
No, that'd be the opening line. Twinkie in my butt crack, vodka on my tits.
Just another working girl in Vegas.
Just another working girl in Vegas. Twinkie in my butt crack, vodka on my tits.
She could make that the chorus, so that you repeat it through the whole song.
That would be the hook. And country songs have hooks, and it's like the line that you repeat that everyone can sing.
Country songs always have to tell a story.
No, not necessarily.
Most of them do, though. Most of them tell a story.
A linear one where it's from the beginning to end. Yeah.
I showed up. Something. Gave you a lap dance. You got a pickle in your pocket.
Banana in my thigh.
Handcuffs. There's something about
you can throw all kinds of things in there, like hip humper and
double dogs. I also have a double dog I pull out.
Oh my God. The fucking hip humper. I haven't thought about him in forever.
Right?
Hip humper?
The hip humper. We used to have
5 minutes.
Okay, we used to have this group of friends that we called the United Nations because there was a Serbian, a Croatian, a Russian, a German. There was all these all kinds of, and they were from those countries.
Israel.
We had an Israeli refugee child. He came here as an Israeli refugee, and so we would go out to bars and we would go drinking with them. And one night, one of them invited us over for a barbecue at the house that he was. It was the Croatian who was house sitting for the Serbian.
Yes.
And he invited us over for a barbecue, which turned out to be chips, dip, and alcohol.
Yeah.
And we ended up playing Spin the Bottle, and I had a huge crush on the Israeli. Like a huge crush on this guy. And we'd even made out a couple of times. And so we were outside, we're all smoking, and we're drinking, and we're talking about who we would have sex with. And I said, I would totally have sex with you.
Calypso at the time was making a date on her phone to do a booty call somewhere way out in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
And so we were sitting around their text is going off and everything like that. And
I was talking about how I would love to have sex with the Israeli, and he just looked at me, then looked at Calypso and goes, but I'd like to have sex with her, because she had the kosher cooter. If you were in a room full of if you were in a room full of men, you knew who the Jewish guy was because he was hitting on Calypso.
Right.
Because she's Jewish.
No, she's not. She's Italian.
She just has.
She's the kosher cooter.
The kosher cooter.
It invites them in. And so I'm like crushed.
I think it was her ass, probably.
So the Croatian goes, I would totally have sex with you. So we go upstairs to have sex. He's like, do you mind if we put on porn? I'm like, no, I don't mind if we put on porn. So he puts on porn. We start making out. We're like touching, feeling. He gets hard. He puts a condom on. And he starts, rubbing up against me. And he starts like humping my hip. And then he comes... And then I have to leave. And that was it. And it was like 5 minutes.
Never even made it inside.
Never even made it inside me. He just humped my hip.
Did he say he was sorry or anything?
Nope, he did not apologize.
I don't think he... We believe he didn't know.
It's not like he was humping a fat roll. He was humping the actual bone of my hip.
You think he didn't know he came?
I don't think he knew he wasn't inside of me.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I don't think he'd ever had sex before.
What?
I don't think he'd ever had penetrative sex before.
It was really weird.
It was really, really weird. They're like, how was it? Like, we're walking out of the house, and I'm like, oh, shut up, we'll talk about it in the car. Get in the car, roll up the windows.
Let's wait till we leave the complex. Let's wait till we leave the complex.
So did Calypso have sex with the Israeli?
No.
No.
But so she did go to lunch with him later, and he got jealous of her kids.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
So she cut that off.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, why are you going to leave for your kids? Because they're my fucking kids! Oh, dating was terrible. Wow. I'm so glad I'm through with dating random dudes. I have a guy.
Well, that's why you guys see why I go hot and cold. Like, sometimes
we
I can't be bothered.
We understand.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I don't plan on being on the dating market for a very long time.
Cali guy says he wrote a rap song once.
I saw that.
I need to hear this rap song.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'd like to hear that rap song.
I'm sure he's got it somewhere.
Yeah, I want to say a big shout out and thanks to Diggy DeCosta for being on the show with us.
That was fun.
And his book, of course, is called Booby Trapped, Your Well-Developed Guide to Loving the Girls and Her. You can find his book on Amazon.com. It's only $11 or $12 with whatever
shipping or whatever.
Yeah, well, it's $11.66 plus shipping and handling and stuff like that on Amazon.com, or you can go to boobytrapped.com. He's also on Facebook and on Twitter. Booby, he spells on Facebook B-E-U-B-I-E.
Yeah,
love.
B-E-U.
And then on Twitter, he is Diggy DeCosta. And that was a great interview. It was fun. I can't wait till he comes to town. I love having people in studio.
Me too.
On the phone, of course, the technical difficulties and things like that. So, well, that's another show.
It is. It was a good one.
I only cried once during this show.
Good. You're allowed to cry anytime you want with us, girlfriend.
Absolutely. And you didn't go full on blubber, so it's all right.
No, I did not. I just teared up a lot, so. But I know that's going to be happening for a while.
She got flipped.
One of the big lessons is, take a lot of photos. That's the lesson for this week.
Yeah, take photos.
Take a historical interest in your life right now.
Right.
Because, you're going to share it with your kids or with yourself if you need it, so. Anyway, this is Alexia.
Sweet Cheeks.
And Sierra, wishing you all a good night. And remember, fuck often.
The Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City Radio Show is brought to you by VegasAllNetRadio.com, the final frontier of free speech. Get your own damn show. By BBW Fan Fest 2013, July 26th, 27th, and 28th in fabulous Las Vegas. Visit bbwfanfest.com. By Curve Media Inc. Look good in your photographs. And by bbwgirltweet.com. Follow all your favorite BBW porn stars on Twitter.